Hello, it is your sleepless god again, back with What If Midoriya Was a Monster? Starting out with just a recap, uh, we finally overthrew the national government. Finally. They planned out to overthrow the national government, especially did it with broadcasting the videos of, like, people talking about what happened and like mutant situation of like how it's going on, and then they executed all of the congressmen that was running the national government, giving some information and giving just some slide things like All Might popping up and making sure everything's okay, like not making sure it's okay, basically making another broadcast basically saying that the national government should be overthrown, and then that makes the people agree with their decision. Making a split Congress, so 50%, like 50%, the hero population, not hero population, but uh, quirk population, and 50% the mutant population, because the mutant people need, they didn't want to join the government, but when they realize if they don't join the government, they can make decisions like putting them in a bubble again without them even deciding it or even knowing about it. So they put some members in there. They got some members. They put some people in there. After all of that nonsense and all of that, if they find Midoriya, or the captain, goes back to the nurse as he bows to her and saying that we didn't lose any people, we didn't get anyone hurt. And as she was sitting there, she almost collapsed, and that's why he grabbed him and put him into a chair and said, "I know why you did this. You did this because of our child, isn't it?" And he was like, "Partially. But partially we needed to get this done, because if we weren't going to get this done right now, we would never get this done." As now, let's start the video. As the captain and the nurse have been in a relationship, more like a marriage, for a very, very long time. The captain and him are the captain and the nurse are the longest running, basically captains already made, because the captain confronted everyone where to go, but the nurse was always there from the beginning. Her and the captain was the starting of this massive family of some sorts, of this people. So, everyone knows about it. Like it's obvious. It's. Let me basics down this to you. When you think you're secretly in a relationship, you are not secretly in a relationship. People know when you're in a relationship. Trust me. You get all googly eyes. You flush a little bit more. You like that you start talking to that person a little bit more. Even if they were in your friend group, you talk about that person a lot more. You hang out with that person a lot more. It is such a common reaction. Trust me. Trust me. It is so common, and it's natural. And with these two being mutants, especially high-ranking mutants, especially in the society, when she got pregnant, it went hush mode. Like, she didn't tell anyone. She didn't tell anyone. Period. And because they didn't want to leak it out, because both of them are already at high risk. Stating that she has been carrying this baby for almost 8 months now. She's at her last term. She is going to have the child soon. The captain is getting ready for it. but him letting slowly some people know about it, and only the people he really thinks he should mention, and none of the rest. With that, he and his captains go straight into planning mode. What I mean by that is something very, very noticeable is going to happen. See, they have governmental official, they have governmental like systems now, so they must now. They're kind of in this loop where like they could go to school, but why would they? And they are separated from the country, but are put with the country. And Nezu's trying to get most of them into UA because Nezu has realized with the age range of who survived was between very, very young, so around 8 years old, or like mid teens. So a lot of these kids were like 16, 17, or like 8, 9, 10 year olds, roughly around that age group where you are fully conscious and you want to live. So Nezu is like, I want you guys in my school. I want you guys as students or as people who can get trained and go into being a hero. As the captain or Midoriya is getting, he has two emotional vibes. He has his son that he's thinking about. In the back of his mind, he's thinking about his son. Being like, if this could happen, then he can really bridge the gap between it early so his generation doesn't have to do it. He can walk in there and just and become one of those. But also, he wants a separation between the two. He doesn't want their people to join their people because he wants their people to be that, like, he wants their people to be them. But then he realized that's nonsense. When he says their people, they were those people. They were those people. Years ago, they were those people. They just changed. So to separate them emotionally and physically is not gonna change anything. It's actually gonna cause more hate than anything else. So what does he do? He has to bust the barrier. And he has to bust the barrier early. Because people are gonna hate him. People are gonna despise him early. And he wants that. He wants that despise. He wants that hatred. Because down the line, his son's not gonna get that. His family, the rest of his family is not gonna get that. The next generation's not gonna get that. So, going to his captains, going to his people, and announcing that some of you guys will go into UA as new students, as new people, as all 4 of his captains are going. The nurse is not. She's staying behind for the basic reason. Basic reason is he's willing to risk his own life. He's willing to risk his wife's life, his son's life. Absolutely fucking not. Not without a fucking fight. And he's willing to rip people apart for him. So they bust the barrier. They crack open it. They send 7 people into UA as recruiting. So let's talk about that. So sorry. The cough fits are a little bit gonna get a little bit worse sometimes. When they go in, you gotta remember UA hasn't had people who look different. They had people that look different, like Bird Boy and Frog and people like that, and really tall, but nothing who looks like absolute monsters like these people do. As the first person that walks in is obviously Midoriya. Midoriya walks into Class 1A as all of his 7 Patriots can. Now let's go down to 7 and what they can do. Because he brought 4 of his captains and he brought 3 other people. First captain, uh, true name unknown, nickname. She has two nicknames. One of them is called Dimensional Travel, or aka what they call Flash. Uh, Other nickname is Fourth Division Commander. Second one, wait, I should also explain what they look like as well. She has like a schoolgirl outfit on her, like she just stole it from a mannequin. Uh, Very long, like black hair that has really long bangs that kind of cover her eyes. But that's all you can, and you can't even see their eyes. But that's what you don't notify first. What you notify first is she has 4 arms. She has 2 in her front. She has really 2 like small, like lengthy arms, like a schoolgirl. But in the back, she has like 2 arms pointing out her back, and she has like 2 muscular big arms. That seems like are useful in some ways. Uh, Next commander, real name unknown, nickname, first one, werewolf. Ugh, I'm getting worse. Don't say that. I might die. Second nickname, third division commander. He looks like a werewolf, but instead of like his claws are made out of metal and steel, and his teeth are completely made out of metal. But he's long. He's like really big, roughly around 6'5", 6'6", roughly around that height. His eyes are bright yellow, and he has massive fur. Second commander, the giant. Name unknown. Nickname the giant, or the BFG, the big friendly giant. Second commander, division commander. Now he is a massive man, staggering at a 9 foot tall, muscle bound, ripped to shreds. But he's like hunched enough, and he has this little growl to his, like he has like a really long snout and like almost mohawk looking hair that goes all the way down his back. It's weird. And it's like he's like straight up 9 foot, but when he leans down, he's like 8'5", as he's like almost breaching the ceiling level. Second division commander. As first division commander, you already know him. He's Midoriya. He's the commander. Long white skin, almost wing-like things, royal-like things around his neck. He has a commanding presence about him. Looking at them, and then the 3 others. All of them, their names are known: Jacob, Johnson, and Marcus. They all look more animalistic, but I'm just gonna tell them by their Nicknames: Thing 1, Thing 2. Thing 1, Thing 2, Thing 3. No cat in the hat here, because Midoriya is the cat in the hat. Thing 1 looks a little bit more monstrous, a little bit more vicious. He kind of looks more like a, let me think about this, like a coyote mixed with like a raccoon. Like he has really long snout, really yellow eyes. He is the third division commander, the wolf guy, partner, second in command. Then the other guy, Thing 2, is the third division commander. He has he seems like he has like a bunch of weapons on his back, but you can't really see it, as his like entire palms are covered with this kind of spiky metal hair, as it seems like his like entire body is kind of covered with this spiky metal hairish thing. Even his face, and like you can barely see his eyes, even though it's like the spikes are not like spiked out, they're like, you know, like covering his face and all that stuff. It seems still like dangerous and all that stuff. And that's the second division captain's second in command. And then the third division captain is a girl, just a girl. Looks around the ages of like 7 to 8 years old, kind of short, as she kind of looks at the rest of the group and she bows and says, "Oh, thank you very much for introducing myself." And she's Thing 3, and she is the 4th Division Commander's second in command. And the 1st Division Commander, second commands his nickname, the Nurse. Powers: healing. Right now, MIA. So not there yet. As they all kind of take their seats, all of them in the back row, obviously. All the quirk people, Todoroki, Momo, Ochaku, Bakugo, look at them. These monsters of people. As the teacher pops up without even a second thought and says, "For just a test run, let's see how more powerful our students are than you guys." As he sends them out to the field to check their power level, to check their stats, and to do the things that they did beforehand. And all the quirk people are there to watch. As this is where we're going to end the video off. I hope you guys liked the video. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.